What's up with it, guys? It's your boy NERO GLACE, and it has been like a little minute since I've been back on YouTube. I've been doing a 90-day run, but this video isn't about the 90-day run. As you can see from the title, I had an unexpected hiccup occur during this 90-day run, and that is I lost my job. Yes, I did. I lost my job, and I had to process it for a minute. It didn't bother me as much as I thought it would. And what's crazy about that is I lost my job simply because I was trying to further my career. And let me break it down with you to you. So currently, if you guys watch my channel, I do reactions and commentary and lifestyle things here and there, starting to ramp that up. So I had enrolled in school while at work. My job, pays for the schooling, and fast food things also pays for the schooling and things like that. I'm also prior military, so you guys, that's cool. That's cool. We get school accommodations to change our schedules so we can, be able to attend school and a career advance. That's what the job pushes. They want you to advance your career. They want to help you advance your career. With that being said, everybody doesn't agree with that. Just because it's a policy, it's a board policy or a job policy, doesn't mean your supervisor managers kind of agree with that. They're gonna tell you, "Oh, we're happy you're choosing to advance your career. You're young, shoot for the stars. You're doing good. You're doing better than I was." Boom, boom. But that's all a facade. I tell you right now, that's nothing but a facade. Um, my losing my job was it was sudden, very unexpected, but there were hints, hindsight, and hints leading towards it that I had kind of noticed. The tone switched from my manager, went from how's class? You're doing great. I'm happy you decided to do that. I'm happy you decided to do that. Until a week before things started shifting, it's changed to how much longer do you have in school? You guys have weird school schedules. I tell you about your school schedules. Your schedules are just so weird because I wasn't the only person in school. But that's the tone. The tone switched from being happy that I'm in school until to the schedules are so weird because now that puts pressure on the manager to make sure they have everybody rotated correctly in spaces. Allotted, bringing in outside work or bringing in, yeah, like labor share. They'll bring people from different buildings or schedule people correctly to make up for us leaving early or coming in late because of our accommodation. That's nothing new. But once the tone changed, a lot of things changed. They started having team meetings without me. When I'm on lunch, they started having team meetings about policy changes and things of that nature and things like that. And I'll tell you like this: they tried to get me out of there multiple times, but I was never breaking like breaking rules or anything that could stick. It would just be like, hey, one manager tell me, hey, another man, the big manager is upset because is upset about something, want me to write you up. I don't really want to write you up. Upset about what? Okay, the write up never happens. Never happens. This happened multiple times. Hey, the OP, the operation manager wants me to write you up. Boom, boom. I don't really want to write you up. I never got wrote up. Never got written up. Team members telling me, yeah, when you was gone on the road, I drove. You going on the road, they was talking about some writing you up for insubordination, cause they wanted you to stay at the building, but they couldn't write me up for insubordination because on my labor plan, I'm scheduled to go out. So they want to write me up for something, but they can't because I'm not doing anything against what's automatically assigned to me through the workout. If you want me to do something different, assign it through the workout. Because if I would have stayed and it didn't change inside of the workout, now the higher ups at different buildings, man, they watching it, and it's like, Why didn't he go do this? Now that's insubordination. Now I'm off task. I'm not on task. So it's like kind of trying to set you up for failure. They'll get points once you be late. So they'll call you in. You scheduled for this time. You on the way. You finna clock in. Hey, don't come to this building. We want you to go to another building 35 minutes away. Now what? They're not gonna tell you that you can come clock in. They're gonna try to get you to clock in somewhere totally different. Now you late. Now you racking up points. You losing time. They trying to any way to get you out of here. Anyway, and I'm just like, I'm seeing all this go on. So how they got me? They got me on a safety violation. The crazy thing is they got me on a safety violation that they couldn't prove, but I had to go basically on a appeal, a peer panel. I had to go on a panel and appeal like that because they didn't have any proof. But since the manager brought it up as a safety violation, that's like automatic terms for termination. Then you would have to appeal, and if you win the appeal, they'll pay you back. But the reason I said that the manager had set it up that way is because that's something I had to fight, but I'd be terminated while fighting it. And a manager I'm real cool with had told me they was having problems with my other coworker who also went to school, going on a leave of absence, and that they was trying to train new people in to bring them in. But if we're still on the roll, like the employee role, they can't hire them. They can't bring them in because it look on the roll. It looks like we have enough workers. So the people they want to bring in, they terminate, then they bring them in. Now if I win the appeal, I can go back. But so now they got more workers, and it's like, so you guys are trying to get us out of here because we're at school, and this is not me speculating. Now my manager didn't tell me this. Manager on the nighttime manager told me what the issue was, and also had told me that somebody, I'm not, he didn't say who, but he was like, yeah, I've been trying to send you extra overtime to come work with me, but somebody had blocked your login from being able to receive overtime. Who would have access to do that? My manager or the operation manager who had been asking my manager to write me up? Because you get certain like two write-ups in the same category, it's more, you can get multiple write-ups, but if they in different categories, it don't really affect you. They fall off. But if you get multiple write-ups from the same category, then you can end up getting terminated for that, depending on the severity of the write-ups. But that was never happening. I was never getting written up. And it's like, okay, so who's blocking me from being able to get VET? Voluntary extra time. And I never got to figure it out because it's like, I'm not finna boom, boom, boom. I wasn't really thinking, I'm like, dang, they really trying to get your boy out of here. I'm just feeling the air. I'm feeling the energy and things like that. So we go talk to safety, and they ask me, do I remember something from 2 weeks ago? And I'm like, I do not recall. I do not recall that. And there's no footage. So I'm like, the thing that they say I violated was something that I told my manager, but I didn't say I violated a policy or anything like that. All I said was, yeah, I cut a seal. That's on a truck. I drive a truck, so I cut a seal. And so when they say I violated policy, they say I cut a seal in the driver lane, meaning they want you to cut the seals. All of a sudden, they want us to cut seals right in front of a dock door. I hadn't done it ever outside of box trucks in my facility for over 2 years. I haven't seen any of my coworkers ever do that. My coworkers don't do that. They had instructed us to cut the seals in as soon as they get there, get past the guard shack, they get there, cut the seals, because the seals, and they take priority than moves. And then they said, oh, you cut a seal in the drive lane, and it went from that to, oh, you cut a seal without a spotter. And yes, on the property, you gotta have a spotter when walking on the property, but if you're the only worker, we don't have them in drivers, hence them trying to hire more drivers. That you had to use the third party driver as your spotter. They had to park their truck and come out with you and watch you cut the seal. That's the spotter. But so they, since they know I cut a seal, they can instantly say, "Oh, you was out there without a spotter," because they know I'm the only person here driving. They know I'm the only worker here that's able to cut the seals at this point in time. So that's why I say it was a setup, because you know, yes, I cut a seal, and you know that you hadn't explained that we can only cut seals here because everybody's been cutting seals in this one spot or on the yard. Everywhere is a drive lane because you drive on the whole yard. Everywhere is a drive lane. So if that's the case, the HR lady was like telling me, she was like, since everybody does it, you can this is appealable because a Cat 1 violation usually isn't appealable. But if it's something that there's like no proof of, or it's in a gray area where you're not the only person that's doing said task, then you can appeal that. So I can appeal that, and then I can go to ethics based off of being blocked from a person blocking me from being able to get voluntary extra time, talking to me constantly, asking me about how long I'm going to be on school accommodation, and then how I knew that there was a problem with me being going to school is that when I went to talk to safety, another safety person that I had never met before, he was a man. He had just started talking to me about, so yeah, what kind of school you in? Me telling me, whole time I had never even started talking to them about school. I was just sitting in the office quiet, and he just started asking me about what school I was in. He's not even on his computer looking at any files or anything. The only person who had just been in there with them was my manager. So why is my schooling schooling a part of any conversation? Why does it have to do with anything about me violating a policy? You get what I'm saying? And they started, when I first went in the office, they started talking about something totally different than what they terminated me for. They started asking me about something on the same day, and I'm like, I have no recollection of that. They don't have any evidence of that. My whole point. Me saying they had no video proof. My manager just throwing stuff up in the air of only things I could have done that day because I was the only person working that day. And it's like, yeah, I could have did it. I'm not gonna tell y'all if I did it or not. I don't recall that from 2 weeks ago. And if you guys can show me a video or anything like that, then what are you guys talking about? So I didn't get wrote up for anything they tried to say was a problem because nobody seen it happen. It just hearsay. My manager wasn't even out there because it was storming. It was storming, and the managers don't come outside unless they trying to bring you something or trying to have a little meeting. So I'm just like, what's going on? Do I need to sign anything? They're like, no, you don't need to sign anything because usually if you get wrote up, you're supposed to sign a paper. But I'm not knowing this is a termination, but I'm still coming to work the next week. Still coming to work the next week. I come in there. I come in the office again. My manager ended up reading off with the letter saying, they said, she like, so you was outside in a driving lane, cutting a seal in between two trucks without a spotter. And I'm like, when did all this happen? Who said that? I didn't agree to saying that. And the HR lady, I know her for a different business. She's looking like at the manager like, you know what I'm saying? Cause she added stuff into the file that now I can't. They already processing it. I can't even kind of fight it here because they already processing it as a termination under these words saying I said this. Now, if I was able to sign any paper, I could have read what she was typing up the week before. When I asked if I had to sign anything, I could have read that and be like, no, I didn't say anything like this. But since she pushed it off to safety like that into HR, they couldn't do nothing but process it because it's automatic because it's now your safety violation. You're putting your life at risk. And if I would have been able to see that, I'd have been like, nah, like that ain't what's going on. That's not what's going on. But I wasn't really tripping. I wasn't really tripping. It was kind of crazy because I was like, you guys pushed, like, yeah, go ahead, apply, go ahead, put your accommodation in. I'm gonna push it through. Then as soon as it gets pushed through, and you gotta actually do your job and learn how to schedule people correctly, and have the amount of people here for the workload, then that wouldn't have been a problem. Now it's oh, you when you gonna be back at work? Can you stay over today? Can you stay over today? Your school is almost over correctly, correct? All that. I'm just like, man, this is crazy. Now I'm feeling y'all trying to make me feel bad for going to school, and it just it tripping me out because I'm like, people really don't want to see you win, and if they think you winning, they gonna do what they can to like try to mess you off. And I tell you when it all happened, when my operation manager saw my car usually parked in the very back. Like ain't nobody seeing what I'm driving for real. Once he saw it, but one day the building was like closing early and I had to move my car because they were working on the parking lot. Man, I got my back camera. You know, I seen the reverse camera. I'm looking at, he just staring. I get out, he ain't said nothing to me. He just looking. Ever since then, it's are you he want me to write you up for this. He want me to write you up for that. He want me to write you up for this. Mind you, ain't nobody ever really getting wrote up. Nobody ever getting wrote up. That's all I'm saying. Like nobody's getting wrote up about nothing, because nobody's really doing nothing. The people who are already doing something ain't getting wrote up. What are you coming to me? I don't even talk. What's going on? So I really ain't too much tripping. I'm like, I see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? It's just a little testosterone here, a little testosterone there. Talking about insubordination because you want me here, but you're not doing your job and changing it because you could have had that done. If you want me to stay at this building, you could have changed it inside the software to where I stay at this building. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going against nothing that's on this software because I don't got nothing written that say, hey, don't do what's on this software. I ain't got nothing in writing. I miss my word. I'm not reading. I ain't got nothing written down in paper, written in ink. I don't got no writing. Nothing that says don't leave this building. Nothing like that. So that is how that was, and they like, yeah, you gonna fight it? Yeah, fight it, but I'm not coming back. Fight it, get my money that y'all owe me, and keep it pushing. I look at everything is for a reason. I had already been getting feeling like for the past month that I'm like, dang, am I really gonna like? You start to get comfortable. You start to get comfortable. I started to get a little comfortable, and I felt myself getting comfortable, and I'm like, dang, am I really gonna be here? This like, how long am I gonna be here? Like, it's cool. I could pay bills, do what I need to do, good little schedule, but like, I hope I don't get stuck here and end up being. I've been working here for 20 years just because it helps me get by. And man, when I tell you that's probably the best thing that could have happened, the best thing that could have happened because I got a job the same day I got terminated. I went home, went online. I promise you guys. I promise you guys. I lied to you not. I'm not lying to you. I applied for 20 jobs. I applied for 20 jobs, and the first job I got hired with, they called my job, and the manager. I'm telling you how bad it was. The manager got my job offer rescinded. Got my job offer rescinded, and I was like, okay. Then the second job called me, they want me to come in, and I'm like, okay, I'll come in. Two other jobs called after that, and they want me to come in, both for orientation. Then the fourth job, I promise you, the fourth job, I got it, making 2.5 times more than I was making at the job I just left. 2.5 times. It could be, yeah, like it literally 2.5 times, and I was making good money. So to go up 2.5 times, that ain't nothing but, you feel me? Nothing. Like, I can't feel bad. Like when I got terminated, people would have been panicking, stressing, feeling down. I literally was enjoying myself. I was having my best life. Every bill was paid. I didn't have to stress about that. Anytime I needed some money popped up. Well, I don't want to say popped up. I worked hard, so I put things in place. But nothing. I wasn't in need. I wasn't struggling or stressing. None of that. And that's how I knew I'm like, this ain't a punishment. Cause I was like, dang, life is good. Like this year been feeling real good this year has been very good to me. And I was like, I hope I didn't jinx myself and that's why I got terminated. But no, the year has actually been very good to me. Like nothing has been going wrong. knock on wood, nothing had went wrong. And I thought that was gonna be the first time. Like, oh man, the year, here we go again, another year like that. And but I didn't put my head down, and it was just a blessing in disguise, because if that hadn't happened that day, I wouldn't have applied for the job I received. And what's crazy is they posted their job offer. They posted it the same day I got terminated. So if I hadn't left work early, like at 1 p.m., I wouldn't even been looking all the time. I wasn't even looking all night and seeing that. I stayed up for 12 hours from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. applying. Bumped into something. I promise you. I promise you. 20 plus jobs applying for, probably more, everywhere. I was applying in Las Vegas. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I was applying in Las Vegas, Wisconsin, Florida. Where else? Illinois. Everywhere. I applied everywhere. I promise you. All type of jobs. I was applying for everything. And I got an offer for something I'm certified in. And it just, I can't say nothing but I'm happy and grateful. For real, for real. And the words I leave y'all with is just keep going forward. Don't don't stop because you think it's the end, or you thinking that you got an option. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other every day. Every day, one foot in front of the other. And you gonna figure out how you gonna figure it out how you figure it out. And it's gonna figure itself out, it's gonna work itself out. Because life ain't over until you start waking up. That's what we fail to realize. Life really not over until you start waking up. And as long as you keep trying, you gonna get what you want. You gonna get what you deserve, and you gonna get something. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but you gonna get something as long as you keep trying. And what's crazy, the things I'm receiving now is what I told myself I was gonna receive in the next 2 years. In the next 2 years, I said I was gonna receive these things, and they came early. And I want to say that's crazy, because I had been battling the process of rushing. My whole adult life, I had a problem with rushing things, and that's when things went bad. So now when I finally sat down and slowed things up, it came faster. So I just say, man, just sit and be patient, work, and just be intentional with what you putting out here and what you trying to do. And that's all I'm gonna leave y'all with. If y'all made this far, it's your boy NERO GLACE. I'm gonna get back to dropping my videos once I get back in my situation, how I need my situation, my setup and stuff. I moved out of town, so I have moved cities as well. Lost my job and moved cities. That's crazy, right? But new beginnings is all we got. You hear me? It's your boy NERO GLACE. It means Black Ice. If it's your first time here, if you have a similar story, just leave it in the comments. Um, any words for this, any questions, leave everything in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I got more videos coming. I get to do some reactions whenever I get everything settled, moved, and settled. I've only been out of town for 3 days now. I'm saying out of town. I've been out of my hometown for 3 days now. Maybe four. Maybe four. But I'm not settled in yet, so we'll figure it out. I'm just going around this new city, kind of being I'm kind of I like it, but it's just different. I'm not. I'm used to going out of town, but this destination I'm at is not one that I ever thought I would be at. It wasn't even on one of my places to visit, let alone a place to move. But it's not bad. It's literally not bad. It's just I don't. It's just so different, and it's all. It's similar but different, and it's just like whoa. I gotta learn how to. I gotta adjust to this. I have to adjust to this lifestyle. But we gonna get there, and I'll keep y'all along for the ride of this journey. It's your boy NERO GLACE. It means Black Ice. I done said that already. Let me go ahead and get up out of here.